Good afternoon. Oh my gosh, I just realized I'm still monitoring my voice. There we go. Okay. Whew, now I can talk. Um, cool. Hey everybody, if you're out there, um, today I'm going to, well, like the description says, gonna go back through some arrangements and see, I guess, kind of review myself, review my journey of learning. Um, I don't know. So let's start out here. Um, this is kind of the most recent thing I've done, and I know that for certain because I went in and clicked on. I went into Finale and was like, "Hey, let's load something up," and it was like, "How about one of your most recent things?" And that was this. So for sure, this is the most recent thing, and this is like it says at the top here, this is a Stevie Wonder tune, Isn't She Lovely? I last year got to go to a Jacob Collier concert. I went to another one this year. Fantastic experience. Um, and while I was there, he had a book of his compositions and arrangements uh, transcribed out by Mr. June Lee. Fantastic musician as well. And yeah, I got that book and I was like, I want to, I can look at all the transcriptions and all the arrangements and kind of like analyze them. I even went back and started penciling in like interesting little chords and voice leadings and things like that. And I think there's just for me anyway, there's a like thoroughness I can't get unless I literally just take all that stuff off the page and put it in here note by note myself and really visualize each of these parts separately and make decisions about which voices are going to cross and not cross and just translate it into a horn thing. Yeah, I could have transcribed it out on piano. In fact, I have a piano down here, um, just because there's one in this group. So, and the bass in this group is a tuba, a sousaphone, and there's also guitar and piano. So I just kind of took this as I want to find out. Like, I don't know, I just want to delve deeply into this. So here's, I don't know, here's what that sounds like. I really don't want to call this an arrangement of mine because it's not. It's just an orchestration, maybe. I don't know, but here it is. Okay, and you can see there are some things. That's just the intro of the tune. That took a while to transcribe on its own because, well, just because I haven't done transcribing like that in a while, I can get faster at it, which is also a good practice. Um, but yeah, this is for like a brass band style group, so kind of real powerful and punchy. I've just got guitar on the lead there. That's going to speak up. That's going to speak out just fine. And trumpet doubling it down here, which isn't going to be a down here isn't going to be a super powerful range for trumpet, especially like right there. But it's doubled on guitar, so it's going to happen. People are going to hear it. And then I've got this shake up here, which you know also isn't going to be super powerful, but it'll just add some energy to this long note from the brass here. So yeah, that's I don't know, that's it. I wanted to start with that because it's just the very most recent thing, and it's I don't know, it's a little bit of a soft start because it's not an original arrangement. Now let's start going. going back here, let me check on the stream because I want you to be able to see. Let's see if I pull that back. Oh, well, there we go. I want you to see what pops up when I go through these things. So let's see. And of course, here's my most recent. So I've got, oh, this is this is a thing I did. In Too Deep is another one by Jacob Collier. So I'm not going to go to that one. It'd be the same thing. But Chill, this was actually a new composition of mine, and I started arranging it for the same group. You can see, and actually I've got this going pretty far. So let's check this out. This is partially easy to get going like this because I literally have the original that I wrote for a little bit smaller group just right here on Finale, so I can copy things directly over. Yeah, so this is an original melody. It's got this little intro here, and then a pretty simple melody comes in, like right here. You know what? I'm going to move this over. There we go. In the past, I haven't had a second monitor set up with my laptop. And so I just brought a cable up here and hooked it up to my TV to be the second monitor. It's not good resolution for, most things, but I just need to be able to see the little VU meter going across and explore some files. So let's check out Chill, original tune and rearranged. Audio. Oh, okay, it's loading all the instruments. Cool, cool. So yeah, just put a generic drum groove in there to make it go along. It's supposed to be just a scoop in the middle. Yeah, it's playing these little notes right here that don't actually exist. They're just rhythm cues. But let's go on to where it gets a little more involved here. That should be fine. I'm just going to make sure it's going to play from leftmost measure, a setting I like to have on. Key change. So a big breakdown there. So yeah, that's kind of the. Oh, I did arrange the next section. Sorry, I thought that was going to be the end of it. So yeah, just that little stuff kind of happening behind the solo. I would probably bump the tempo up on this a little bit. I often arrange a little bit under tempo, um, because I know that when I push things out, like if I am gonna count this off, I'm probably gonna count it off a little bit faster in the moment. And until I get better at that, I want to get used to these. I want to push myself to the slow side, and then when I get to the actual performance or putting an actual tempo down on the piece, then I'll listen to it a little bit ahead of that, and and I know that I'll have this like restraint to playing it faster that I feel like gives it this real groove. Like it just constantly wants to be slower, but it keeps going for some reason, you know? I don't know. That's just the way I kind of think about it. So here's the next section. It's a little kind of a shout chorus, really, and then it goes back to some intro material. Yeah, some thick harmony. So yeah, that's definitely huge climax point with the lead trumpet player just going crazy here. So bless your chops, cause that's coming for you. And where's that? That's a G, G, and then E above the staff. It's in concert pitch. So G, I think, is a pretty reasonable note to expect a professional player to be able to do. And then the A flat right above it. I don't know. I don't know. We'll just have to see if I need to drop it a whole step or something. Um, but yeah, that's it. That's my arrangement of that. That's an original tune, so a little easy to arrange. I don't think I made any changes, so I'm not going to save that. What did I do before? Let's see. I did In Too Deep. Okay, so this is the part where I need to go to my file explorer up here on the TV and start making some choices. Okay, so let's do a different kind of ensemble here. I don't really need this preview pane, but thanks. Okay, I guess I'm going to have the preview pane. So this is just all in my products folder. It's actually all in my main computer downstairs, but a lot of that is put away for our move coming up. Let's see, I've got some stuff. I haven't done any concert band yet. Let's see when the last one was modified. Let's see, I've got one. 20. Yeah, none from before 2000. That's for sure. Because I wasn't. I don't think I was doing that before then. So oh, there's 2015, 13. Okay, 2012. Let's see. Uh, well, that's a little like one part. Hey, we need a sax, a tenor part. It's written for alto. We need a tenor part. So a lot of early on that's it. It's a bunch of transcription. Let's see. We've got. I tried to do an arrangement of a tune from County Derry or Londonderry Air or Danny Boy. Yeah, it looks like I just tried to write it for piano just to have an arrangement. Let's see what kind of harmony I tried to use on this. This is some early stuff. This would have been in, I guess, soon. I probably worked on this during college, and I just kind of opened it up and checked it out after college. Undergrad, I should specify. So starting with some bass. Yep, that's it. So, yeah, I think this was just a harmonic experiment for me getting into this and having the melody go up an octave each time to sort of make more space for interior movement. Like when the tenor has it here, I start adding, well, I guess tenor 1 has it here, I start adding more movement in the bass, and tenor 2. Yeah, some nice stuff. It's pretty blocky. Um, it's rhythmically pretty uniform, so everything feels like, you know, half note, half note, half note, half note. It's really set in stone. It's all this quarter note movement, quarter notes just getting the beat every time. Not really any syncopation, I guess is what I really mean to say. I liked this. Man, the second iteration of this was. Yeah, that's a cool. So yeah, I've got this F, and then it's just walking down to E7. Uh, Fine. It's going to A with a seventh on it too. So this G sharp drops down to a G, and then it keeps walking down the melody to the F there, and ends up being an enclosure on the G. So that's pretty cool. And then this note in the bass. Yeah, that's just a little chromaticism in there. So what have we got? A G major chord for sure with over B. So in the inversion there. So B D G, and then we're gonna walk down. I'm gonna put G in the bass because I want to get back to C. Right? C F. Yeah, I want to get back to C and walk down to F. So put a G in the bass, and then I put the D flat there. You could either say it's a like just having that flat 5 on it. I think my sort of what my ear and picked up on, and I think what I meant to do is kind of allude to like a tritone substitution right here, going to C, the half step above going to C and just having both of those inferred, because the only two notes that are going on now are G, this whole note G, and bass G, and then a D flat. So there's not a bunch of other harmonic information. I think I was trying to see like how little I could use to imply this. And I like that. Having the bass walk down there in contrary motion. You know, this C here is probably like more than I need to have going on. It's a big interval leap too. I wonder if I can get away from the bass a little bit now that I've started this phrase again. And then just give the bass a break, you know, whether it's a singer or whatever. Yeah, I like how there's this moment where there's a lot of harmony, a lot of density here. And it just resolves to this. Just nicely sits right on there. Nice full spelled out chord, triad, all the way, root in the bass, boom. We're back to, you thought we were going to go home here. What have we got here? G. Sorry, yeah, G. Sorry, B flat. Oh my gosh. B flat, C sharp over a G, E and G. So we've got a diminished 2 chord or a diminished 7 chord in an inversion walking down to F here. And then we get this nice F triad for a minute, even with the bass note doubled here. You know what I'd like to do? I'd actually like to change that. Let's go here, and then I can click on any note, and it'll pull the correct layer. Okay, so then I think, knowing what I know now, I'd like to get rid of that repeated root and make this a half note. Give it a little more, I don't know, coolness. Because this walks down to G, right? Then we have A, G, C sharp, E, and A. So now we fully turned it into, from an F major 7 chord to an A 7 chord. And then it walks up to what, D minor, I'm sure. F, D, A, D, yeah. And then we get this little G, B flat, E, G. This 7 diminished chord, just a triad. And then it goes to 1. I'm curious to see how much better that sounds. It's hard to hear it. Now, if I were playing this, the tempo would probably be pretty rubato, so one could really bring out that harmony, you know, where the harmony gets dense and really spread apart like that. The soprano is far from the bass. So yeah, there's a good little edit for myself. I think I've made other attempts. I will save those changes. Thank you. Oh, and I'm gonna have to save over the original because it was in an old version of Finale. So now there's another. Oh, you know what? I think I saved a copy of that on this computer instead of actually saving it over the original, but that's okay. Um, you know what? I think I tried to. Yeah, I think I tried to write a sax quintet thing on God Bless the Child. I don't know how well this went. Well, about that well, I guess. No sound. I probably haven't assigned any playback sounds. That's fine. That's about the same time frame as the Londonderry thing. So let me find something else. It looks like I wrote a chorus of. Oh, I remember this. I was playing in a. I was gonna play in a sax group. They were having like a saxophone showcase. I was in with a guest saxophonist who played soprano, and we were all five or four going to play Take the A Train together, and at some point there was the idea like, oh, you should write, well, let me turn my voice down a little bit, I see it capping, peeking out there. So I was going to write a chorus of Take the A Train, and we were all going to play it then. And then we just kind of didn't end up doing it, uh, maybe because there wasn't much time. So let's see. No audio. Okay, this one I definitely want to go ahead and see. So, or hear. Let me assign some playback sounds here. I see. All right. Oh, that would have been cool. Okay, so that was cool. Yeah, I guess all I would have needed is to finish harmonizing it out, and that's kind of a lot. I'm not going to do that right now, but I can't remember where the view in concert pitch is. There we go. I will say a lot of it is very what's it called? It just like all follows the contour of the soprano. This was a little earlier on in my knowledge, so it doesn't. For example, it doesn't really change. The spread doesn't change that much. So for the most part, they stay like within an octave of each other. Um, in fact, I think the tenor, yeah, in some places I've still got the tenor just doubling, maybe. No, okay. Because I know my method for this has been to write out the melody and then literally just drag it down to the alto and start pushing the notes down to harmonize. Sometimes I'll start with the bari, sometimes with the soprano, but what this leads to is extremely, what's it called? They just keep going the same direction. There's no um, counter movement or anything in the harmonies. So it's a little, this was a little boring to me. If I were going to edit it, I might include some contrary motion, um, parallel motion. That's the phrase I was looking for. I might include some contrary motion and some more spreading of some of these voices. Um, and also just like uh, different rhythms too. It's all very parallel rhythmically. I could have put some more interesting rhythms in there. But like I said, there was not a huge amount of time, so I think I was also just for time's sake trying to rush this out, and then kind of decided not to do it. So yeah, that one was fine. This would have been a couple years after college, after undergrad, 2 or 3. The date on it is 2015, so that's 2 years after I graduated. That seems to work out exactly right. Um, yeah, I'd like to change. Um, I'd like to save those changes because I did reset the playback. So now I can dig a little deeper into. For the most part, I've got these arranged by um, the the band, uh, by ensemble. That's what I should say. I have them in folders by ensemble for the most part. Um, let's see. I should go with. Well, let's just go straight to jazz big band. Sure. Earliest one. Let's just sort by date modified here. Then I'll get the files at least. Here's one just literally called Not Sure Yet. I don't know. Let's just play it and see what it is. Are the playback sounds going to work out? Cool. I will say, Finale, you might notice Finale looks a little weird right now, and it's because I tried to zoom in the display, and I think that messed with, get out of the way there. The scale there messed with the proportions of everything on here. I don't know why that's happening. Huh. Anyway, that's happening. So, but I can see what I'm looking at up there, so I don't really care. Okay. So, let's check it out. Man, you know what's really making me crazy here is that this melody idea that's literally in the most recent thing I composed. That same melody idea, the same exact thing from the other tune I had, Chill. Man, wow. I guess I've had that idea in my head since at least, can't remember what year this was. Okay, guess that needed to happen. 2011. That's before I graduated undergrad. Yeah. Apparently I've had this idea in my head for a long time. Let's check the rest, I guess. So right on the head. Oh, never mind. It's not playing from the leftmost measure. There we go. Yeah, that's it. That's a pretty cool little composition. It feels. I want the harmony to be a little more uh, like crunchy, but other than that, it's a cool little tune. I don't know if I'll stick with that one. Okay, now I need to change where this is saving, because right now I'm not overwriting the originals, and that's what I'd like to be doing. I gotta go back and find all the, quite a lengthy little trip back here since it's going through the network shared folder. While that's finding and opening the folder, oh, there we go. I was gonna look at other projects, but and this was under Jazz Big Band. Cool. Not sure yet. There we go. Oh wow, it saved under the different file type, so it actually didn't overwrite the original. Well, that's cool. Everything happens to me. Where did I do that? Oh, that was a combo arrangement. I thought. I must have been, no, it was a big band arrangement. I think I adapted it to combo. So this is actually a complete arrangement. This one is finished. It's a little harmonically simpler than I could do now, but I think it's reflective of what I knew then. So yeah, let's check it out. Sorry, it looks gotta look really tiny on a phone screen. Let me zoom in here. I mean, you'll still only be able to see a little bit at a time, but be able to see like lead trumpet, lead sax. I think there's actually a way to hide and like only show certain staves. Maybe that's something I'll look into for later. Let's check it out. Playback sounds. Check that. Okay. It's not going to be the most fantastic quality, but let's go. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Oh yeah, that synth voice. So I just want to say at this point, leftmost good, that I was in this group, and so the singer, the vocalist here, already knew the tune. I was just basically writing down the most basic version of it to say, like, you can play around with this rhythm, and he did, and it went great. So yeah, it does have a really basic melody just for that reason. Oh, that's a cool rhythm. And this would all be drum soloing. And one. That gliss. And are these chords really written in, or is it just playing back? Yeah. I'm going to turn that off for everybody's sake. Oh, it's not on. I really have the chords written out there. Wow. Um, yeah, you know what? I'm proud of this thing. Okay. Not that. Finale has this thing where everything just fell. There was that fall right there. So it's still got some horns at the pitch that it ended up on because of the fall. So what I have to do is play through that and keep going. This is all trumpet solo. Yeah, so the vocalist was also a trumpet player, and so this gave him time to put his horn down. Drum fill, I think. Yeah. So I'm pretty happy with that. There were a lot of cool things, I thought. Yeah, I thought this was cool. It's still got that fall thing going on. I've got to, oh my gosh, that's really annoying. I think I've got to go to one of these that changes the pitch. First full measure. Okay, that played all the right notes, so I better play them again back here. That's really annoying. Yeah, that's a pretty cool little. It's basic. The harmony is basic. I could have made it more complex. I liked this just, the melody part is what has always been at my core. Like just this melody or this rearrangement of the melody for 4 bars. Ah, it's still doing that stupid pitch bend thing. I think I need to turn that down just a little more. It's peeking out there pretty bad. Yeah, I just like that. And I think that's just from growing up listening to big band music and the effect that that's had on my melodic tendencies. I just think in that frame. And then I was gonna go look at. Oh, this was pretty cool. I dug this little line. Okay, I think there's an option in here to reset the. That's not working. Wow, that's really annoying. I wonder if it's because it's from an old version of Finale or something. You know what, the thing I really like about that line is it's got these two distinct lines happening. Um, and then I hear also do 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 do. Like, oh my gosh, it's so stupid. I hear that interior line, but I don't see it drawn out anywhere here. It it's really just voices crossing to make that line prominent. What I think would be great is if I harmonized these upper voices with that and then made that bo dom do bop, like make that the bass line, or at least maybe put the trombones in unison on just that voice leading line. That'd be cool. I shouldn't take the time to do it right now, but that's just a thing. This just having parallel chords a minor third apart. I mean, that was, I don't remember when I learned that, but I think I just caught it off of some, um, I don't know, something I was checking out or watching or learning about, and it sounded cool to me. So that bass gliss, that's fantastic. Uh, this, I'm pretty proud of that rhythm. Like just this little statement of the melody, so the vocalist can go to trumpet. And I love that I echoed the melody right there. Booty, doody, doody, yoda. Like just keep it going. That was cool. So yeah, you could hear it kind of glitching out with the pitch shift there. You know what? I should have been doing this the whole time. Sorry, I could have had it in this view the whole time. And I guess I could also take it out of concert pitch, but I just work in concert pitch a little more quickly. So yeah, this parallel thirds thing, and then this is just a lot of fun. Like, I feel like it's just fun. I wouldn't, I don't know, I wouldn't put this up against some genius or something, but it's just a fun tune, and I think I pushed it out in like a couple of weeks or something like that, so that's really great too. But yeah, I would definitely go back, and I enjoy the melodies in here, classic big band. I would go back and adjust the harmonies to have a little more texture and interest in them as well. Otherwise, fine, perfectly fine tune in my mind. I'm pretty happy with it. Yes, I do want to save changes to this. Okay, cool, cool, cool. And then it's going to be called the same thing. Where is it? Oh, I don't really see it. Huh. Oh, here we go. It's in this. Huh. On one side, it's in a folder with its title, and on the other side, it's not. Okay. So let's see what else I've got here. I guess something called flashback. Just some kind of funk groove. Nice, funky, and that's it. That's what a lot of these are, just jotting down a melody, maybe some harmony ideas. Yeah, that's a fun little party tune. Um, I wouldn't say it's like showing off anything in particular, just like here's a tune, maybe a good like opener or something like that. I think the deal is I'm not. Let's go a little bit later into my what else have I done? What was this? Some kind of clinic. Oh, okay. Man, my first big band arrangement, tune, whatever. Um, Actually, the file's not in there. It's just, is there even a score? What? It must be saved somewhere else. Here's the shortcut to it. I don't think that's going to work. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to. Where does this even go? Yeah, I can't find the file location. So, let's see, I did that condensed score. Is this condensed? Yeah, this was a trumpet and alto feature. Um, the same trumpet player slash vocalist from the last that was featured on the last tune. And this was one of my first big band arrangements ever. I think actually my first one ever that got performed. So let's check it out. Some big tempo changes in here. Let me see if the playback instruments, because mixed sound is mixed. How about I just go reassign these sounds? I think that's going to be the best thing I can do. Steel guitar, no. Jazz, electric, grand piano, fretless bass. Let's go with acoustic bass, please. And then standard drum set. Who knows what that's going to do? Certainly not me. Yeah. And I wrote a big, full-on drum part. Let's just get. I just want to get rid of that, please. I don't want you all to hear that. I think there's another part down here that has. Yep. I scrolled too far. Now it's just gonna keep. Okay. I'm going to leave that last note there so we have a reference for beat 3. Okay, maybe I'm not. Maybe I just... Oh, okay. Wow. Really that? Can I just... Not? What is with this 9-tuplet happening here? I'm not too sure what Finale was thinking there. I know sometimes quarter note triplets can mess up the world, I guess, of Finale. These rhythmic values. The other drum solos, I think there's another one before this solo section. Ugh. Yeah, I just don't need all of that. I guess I should have left the solo thing, but I can. I'll zoom out a little bit here. I'm just gonna go grab this. Oh, went too far. Just gonna grab this. Copy it up. Throw it right there. Okay, well let's check it out. Yeah, there's really not a reason for Work Song to go this angry and hard. I don't know. I was just in this mood with it, and it was a song that I liked at the time. It was definitely a forcing together of the two, just like with Everything Happens to Me. It went a little hard as well, just because that's the like style I was into, and I wasn't mature enough to think, does this tune go with this style, this attitude? And definitely learned that after some of these. Actually, we played Everything Happens to Me at a jazz festival, and one of the clinicians did write, like, it was a weird kind of thing. It was about this. Yeah. Played through this at a festival, and they were like, it was a weird kind of energy, for the tune. It's a hard bop tune written in a, like, crooner big band style. So, anyway. I will note that these backgrounds that play here are first ending and second time only. So, yeah, those would only be happening the second time. Here's the end of the head. Now that's the most, yeah, I just put that crunch in there on this chord. That was a lot of fun. I just added I think it's a Dorian sixth onto the minor 7 chord. Just adds a little bit of tang in there. I like it. So this would be backgrounds second time as well, or no, it says on cue, just whenever the last time is going to be, or last time for each soloist, whatever. Yeah, let's see what I wrote for backgrounds, and I'll stop it at the end. No idea what the pitch was there. That was weird. Some pretty basic hits. Oh, good, it didn't take the repeat. Drum solo, sax. Okay, so I want to clarify before I play this all the way. This is actually a Cannonball Adderley solo off an alternate take of Work Song. That's the lead alto part is literally that solo, and then it's harmonized down. So yeah, I can hear that I did a lot of this lower stuff where Cannonball goes into the bottom of the horn, and I've still got it harmonized out here. I've got these kind of large awkward skips, for instance, in the second alto, right there. Yeah, I definitely hadn't been practicing like I hadn't done as much work on intricate voicing and moving voices and parallel voices and going back and forth between um, close voicing and maybe drop 2 and then drop 2 and 4 and stuff like that, or spread voices and all that. I hadn't really gotten into that in a disciplined way. So I wasn't really checking myself on that, and it comes through in some of the harshness of these. And I know it's playing through a MIDI saxophone, and that can add harshness, but I can hear when it's like because of that, and because these voicings are just super rigid. Like this is interesting. Oh, well, I was going out into unison. This lick was in unison and then splitting into harmony. But I could have done a bridging here where I had just 2-part harmony, and then the bottom voices wouldn't have such a big skip like this, or something like that, you know? I just hadn't approached those possibilities yet. Drum solo. So yeah, this was one of the things that was like, it does not need to go this hard. We got this tempo change, big drum solo right here, and then a big ritardando into a new tempo. What we actually did in performance is we stretched this out. We basically put a coda right here and let the drummer do whatever, and then count us in with quarter note triplets, which is what I have written. Sorry, eighth note triplets. So just count us in with triplets here. But this will be an abridged version of that. I put the 9 in this chord. Piano solo right there. I think I literally just, I was wondering what to write for the second part of it, and at some point I listened to something and it just had a little piano solo interlude, and I was like, you know what? That's perfectly fine. Let's just let the piano player solo right there. So, piano solo, and we go right back in. And then we go right, and then we go right back. Okay. All right. So this is something Finale will do sometimes. And I have to check on this. See what's happening here. Well, now we're just not playing at all. That's not cool. I was really proud of this line, and in performance, it's really cool because I have those leading tones ghosted there, so it should be like like, I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. So it just depends on the trumpet and alto bringing us back in. Yeah, that kind of puts the hard in hard bop for some of that. It just goes way too hard. It doesn't need that much, which is fine. I mean, it's literally the first big band chart I ever finished and performed. So it was pretty exciting for me, and I think I finished it. I started writing this in high school. I had the idea of doing the Cannonball solo, and then I just wrote a whole tune. I wanted to write the rest of the tune around it, and so I did. And then I took it to college, pretty much done. I learned a few more things there that I injected into it, and I think we started playing it my sophomore year, freshman or sophomore year. And like I said, took it to a competition or two, and they had some good follow up remarks for it. I am going to go ahead and save this in here in its folder where it should be. I'll deal with that later. Okay, so yeah, that's a huge one for me. Like that's just that tune existing, that arrangement existing is crazy. Like it's yeah. Soon after that, it looks like I did a little project here where I went through some different voice leading things. This makes sense. Oh, well, it's called voicing work, but this is definitely called G Money. This is what we called our professor in undergrad. Shout out to Gary Meggs. Uh, so that's GM or his initials, and then he also was the head of the music department, so he was the last signature that went on scholarships and stuff. Those scholarships really kind of needed his approval, and so then we made jokes about him, you know, being the money source for the jazz department, and then or for the music department, and then G Money just having to come out. Yeah, the name's taken, but anyway, that's why that's happening. That's why that's the title on this. I don't know where I did any voicing work on this. There's a chance I accidentally saved over this file with something that wasn't going to happen because it looks like I don't have the same. I would expect to see like the same thing over and over again with different voicing experiments. I don't know. We can check it out. Oh, okay. Okay, that's interesting. So it, yeah, actually, never mind. It was something that I worked out some harmony. So yeah, that must have been just. So I was working on this measure for one piece, and then this I was experimenting with some other stuff, seeing how that voicing sounded, and then this having that sharp 11 on there, but also turning it into just the top of a triad in the trumpets, just a fully here's a different chord in the trumpets. And so yeah, that was just practicing through that, and I can actually show you. I think I'll fix the. Actually, I need to go here. There we go. Voicing work. That's that. Now I won't have that same confusion when I. Let's just. Oh yeah, it actually is already named that. So perfect. Voicing work. Nice, nice. All right. So that's actually an important um, important little thing, and I'll take this chance to go back. Let's go to a different band because I actually used that for a marching band arrangement, Basin Street Blues. For my high school marching band was doing a kind of a New Orleans halftime show, I think it was, or at least jazz, and they they just commissioned this marching band piece for me. So let's see. I have no idea why I called it work there. So yeah, this was a marching band piece. So I've got a snare line, tenor line, bass drums, cymbals, all the marching band. It's a pretty small marching band, so not quite filled out. Um, yeah, there's mellophone parts, trombones, baritone, tuba. So let's see. It starts out with a little kind of trad quartet here, and then goes into the full marching band jumping in. So let's check it out. There we go. And count off. So you hear that in there now. We've got that seventh chord, and then I should have let it go a little bit further, sorry. So we're back to kind of a swing groove now, and then it gets more modern again. So some crunch in there. So it ends in that kind of crunchy place. But yeah, that's one I was pretty happy with. I thought that was pretty cool. And then was they performed it that marching season. That was awesome. But you can hear the voicing. That's the voicing work I was doing right there. Guaranteed is this just this little this thing right here. I better hit the right keys. Like that, just crunchy sound. Pretty cool. I'm happy with it. Um, I don't think I changed anything about that. I don't want to mess with it too much. So yeah, that goes there. And then what else did I do in college? I did some fanfare writing. Oh man, I know I did a couple interesting things. The Superman theme? Is it something I did or? Oh, that's just audio. Must have been for something I was writing. Let's see. The Berlioz, the Grand Berlioz Grand Mass. Let's see. I've got a version. It looks like I opened it in 2019 and maybe changed it. So I'm actually gonna go to the one that was open in 2012. Let's see what I changed and why. Oh, it looks like I just opened it again and saved it as a new. That's gonna keep happening to me because that's what I've done a bunch of times during this session. I think this one ended up being kind of weak, but yeah, let's check it out anyway. I just wrote some of these marching band like here's a piece we can play because I think it was right when the rules had changed and we weren't allowed to play while the ball was in play, maybe something like that. So we had to come up with these short, quick fanfares that we could pull out, you know. So I arranged these. Okay. I mean, there it is. You know, that's really just, I shouldn't even call that an arrangement. It's uh, an orchestration of that. I don't think I changed anything in the later version. It looks like I did some chorales for marching band during my undergrad days. I think these were kind of tuning exercise sort of things slash balance exercise. Let's check this one out. Unison, good, nice. Fifth, and then yeah. Yeah, trumpet taking it up at the end there. I feel like that's just required for some of these, you know. But it does make a difference. It definitely puts some heat on the end there. So yeah, this one I thought was really cool. Just goes through a few different keys. Really stretches the ear a little bit by the end of it. It looks like we start out in what, just fifths, or what do we got? E flats, B flats everywhere. Is there a G anywhere? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, just fifths right away. Really just get that pitch centered and stuck. So that was the idea, is that the intervals get more complex as it goes on. Do I add a G in the second bar? No, actually. Huh. Um, so yeah, that was the idea for that. I think it's still pretty valid. Be a pretty good chorale to bring to marching band. Let's see what else I've got for this marching band. I have again another version of that same thing, but see, notice it didn't have the pop-up like you made this with an earlier version. I think I really have duplicate versions of that. Go ahead and delete that old one. But that's, oh, I don't know if I can from here actually. I think I have to be on the computer downstairs to delete native files. So here I did some fanfares. Again, you did this in an earlier version. Okay. How many? This just has another. Oh, it's well, two fanfares, I guess. Right there, really huge. Let's see what it is, what they are. Okay. Pretty simple. Gets the point across. Just nice and short and energetic. How about this one? I think this one's a little more lame. Mostly harmonic based. I mean, let's just listen to it. It's not very rhythmically interesting. And the whole point was to play with expectations there. You think there's going to be another downbeat on beat 3. There's not, and then everybody just lands on this massive chord. So just having that blank moment is supposed to sort of wake you up and be like, oh, that's not what I expected. Funky Weevil, that was my undergrad mascot. Boll Weevils. I'm not going to do the call. I really don't know what this is going to be. I don't remember this. I don't think I ever performed it. Cool. Oh, sort of like the Dixieland thing I did before. Ooh, that's cool. That's suspenseful. Bigger. That's actually pretty cool. That's a pretty cool little fanfare. I'm happy with that one. That's nifty. Yeah, that's really cool. I've got another one called Mahler 2. I mean, that's pretty obvious. I think these are all just in alphabetical order, but these are almost all from 2012, which would have been last time I kind of went through and opened everything in during my undergrad time. Yeah, I don't think this one would have gone over well. It's short and it's very like just classical sounding, and also Mahler. Probably, I don't. I mean, I think that was one of the kind of bad rep guys in the history of things. Yeah, that's just weird. I don't know. I don't I don't need that. Nobody needs that. It's fine. Sure, whatever piece it's from, it fits perfectly. But oh, it looks like I can. Aha! I can delete old ones from this. That's pretty nice. Okay. I just didn't have the. I wasn't clicked on the window properly. I've got something else called Noise. Let's check that out. These are all just short little things. I don't know what this is going to be. Noise is what we're making. Oh, maybe this is a transcription of something. Ah. Okay. that's pretty fun. I love that at some point I had it called "How Boll Weevils Roll." That's just fantastic. Noise is what we're making. I don't even know. I don't get it. I don't know why I called that. But you know what? I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that subtitle on every page because that's cute. That's a really fun fanfare. I mean, fanfares don't need to be extremely intricate because then it needs to be something you can just play really quickly without a whole lot of rehearsal. This is an example of not that. This would have taken a little bit of jumping in for a band that doesn't read quite as well or quickly. You wouldn't want to pop this one on someone fresh because somebody's going to drop a beat or something. But let's check this out. This is just a straight rip from the uh, orchestral version of this. Yeah. So I mean, it is this tune. And then yeah, we played a tune that year that had a gong in the. I should say we played a show that incorporated a gong in the main like halftime show. So we just had it out on the field. So I wrote it into some of these little fanfares. Movement 10 from the Great Gates. This doesn't even have percussion on it yet. Yeah, especially without percussion, it's just not really exciting. It's beautiful in the composition, but oh, and then I see why I have these up here because I did a marching band version of the Rocky theme. Yep, just a short, quick fanfare. It's effective, exciting, only got a few lines going on at the same time. Musically, there's not a bunch of contrary motion or anything like that to get mixed up about. Uh, and for some reason, that xylophone trill just kept going. No clue. No clue. But yeah, there's Superman. I did William Tell. Oh, this was a little bit longer. There you go. That's it. So these were good orchestration and writing kind of things to practice. It was great. I know I did a version. Oh, I wrote some other fanfares. Oh, this is the one I did. It was just like, this is like 5 or 6, I think, all in just one tune. And this was easy because then we could put 5 or 6 of these 10-bar or 8-bar fanfares on one little sheet of music, and we could all just go to the fanfares and be like, number 3, something like that. That was the idea. Well, and then you don't get to, oh, I forgot to zoom in, sorry. I mean, I figure it won't help too much on this because, huh, 3 times. What we got going on here then? Anyway, let's find out. MIDI, reassign these playback sounds. Yes, I'd like to proceed. Thank you. And let's just get it. It looks like it's just the brass early on, but we've got some has it first time, third time only. I don't think you'll be able to hear it. I think it's just going to play all the voices. Yeah, so you can imagine this building from the bottom up, actually. I kind of want to show that because, wow, I actually really like this a lot. Let's just get rid of that momentarily. That third chord. Okay, and then I'll undo deleting those things. Get rid of the trumpets here. Let's add the horns. There we get some separation. I like this gets more complex every time, man. The second half just gets more and more complex, and then we have the trumpets. Okay. Yeah, this is really cool. Right here, we get into this space where the melody is really difficult to hear because we've got this suspension in the second trumpet is rubbing up against the first trumpet, and even the third trumpets are a half step away from second trumpet. So there's all this ambiguity or just vagueness in where the melody is. Then it comes back really strong, and then we start climbing up. That's cool. And here's another thing I want to talk about that just I'm really happy with. I've got this A flat here, and I know trumpet 1 has been playing for a little bit here without a break. And one thing I like to consider is how much of a break these players need to take a breath somewhere. I want to build that in so nobody has to try to make that decision afterwards, and then there are different versions of it or whatever. So yeah, this is meant to include that. This piece right here, I would have wanted the lead trumpet player to play, or sorry, I'm thinking in jazz band, first trumpets to play this E flat to lead up to this A flat. But I let the second trumpets take it with with another fifth here, so it just bolsters that sound, and I get this F, E flat, A flat, that 6-5-1 sound that kind of everybody can feel at home around. But I've achieved it through this kind of backwards way to give the first trumpets a chance to breathe. So notice I've given every piece of the trumpet section a chance to breathe in here. Horns got it right here. Low brass always had it right here in the same places. They're fine, but I've built all these in on purpose so they overlap, and that's just a really good thing to consider when you're writing. Your brass players will thank you, maybe even in person. I've definitely had that happen. Hey, thanks for giving me time to breathe on a lot of this. So that's a pretty cool feeling. Then it's just trumpets alone, and then we get smacked. Ooh, with just brass again. Oh, we get some percussion in. Okay. Bro, that's okay. You know what? That's pretty fire. I like that. I like that fanfare a lot. That's pretty cool. Um, I'm a fan. Like even that ending percussion riff, that's pretty awesome. It's a sweet for brass and percussion. That's a cool thing. That's a cool piece. I'm happy with that one. I don't know why I called it Stand Fairs plural because it didn't work out that way. So here's another one I did, pictures of an exhibition, the Promenade, just the Promenade finale. I thought those would be really great fanfare. So this is another one. You just got two pieces on here where you can be like, pictures 1 or pictures 2, or pictures Promenade and pictures finale. But that's a lot to say, so probably be 1 and 2. Okay. Snare line is trying to be cymbals right now. I'm going to go ahead and reassign these sounds. Yes, I want that to change. Thank you. Okay. I dig that little bit of arranging at the end there. I don't think that's how it goes. I don't think that's how it usually goes. So that's pretty cool. Let's see what this one is. I had to do in college. We also did for a halftime show a Russian composer's theme, and I had to write the. I was the captain of the like keyboards, the pitched percussion and auxiliary percussion, the front line. So I arranged the the auxiliary parts for it. It's nothing spectacular, and since you can't hear how it fits in the rest of the band, it'd be kind of pointless to analyze. Let's see. Oh, I did a second section of it, I guess. I don't know. Kind of not worth it. I mean, those are all. That's pretty much all the marching band stuff. I think. Actually, oh, I forgot about this one. This is the one we actually. I think we ended up playing this the most. My plan was after the opponent team has like a foul or misses a touchdown, or something, or after if it gets turned over on downs at a football game. So they just basically, the opposite team does something sad. We would potentially have this ready to play. Yeah, that's just fun. I don't know. It doesn't have to be that slow either. But yeah, that was just a fun thing to throw out there. Oh, it's just devastating that you all turned it over on downs. Okay, and then yeah, here's another. So this is a piece that I was commissioned to do. I don't want to say a whole lot more about it, but I was commissioned to do it, and it was after I graduated undergrad. I don't know why I haven't. I have so many copies of the same one, actually. Let's just see which one was the latest. Looks like this, so. Oh, wait, I think I did this backwards. Yeah, the whole point of this one was just a version of the old Transformers theme. I think this band was doing Transformers themes, past to present, and oh, I see. Okay, so it's actually this one, and couldn't find an arrangement of the old cartoon one, so I was commissioned to do this arrangement. And then I was never a big drumline writer. I didn't want to write something here that would be basically dumb. And I was like, hey, if you know somebody, if your percussion section wants to write an 8-bar, 16-bar thing here, like, I don't know what that looks like for you, and I don't want to write some filler that's going to be bad. So like, maybe you could outsource that to someone else. So yeah. Yeah, all that was pretty much ripped from just from the track, it was all laid out there. It's a pretty riff-y tune, um, pretty laid out, old rock and roll. So it wasn't really a whole lot to deal with. I just ripped all the different lines and put them on there. Um, okay, so let's go back into different ensembles because let's see, after I did those, I hadn't really thought very much about concert band stuff. Yeah, and I can see all the dates on these are much, much later. I didn't really write for concert band that much. I tried, I was maybe going to write when I took undergrad conducting. I was maybe going to try to write my own piece for that. Yeah, and I just started doing this little condensed score. I don't know. We can listen to it and see how it sounds, but it never turned into anything, so I don't really know. Yeah, just kind of developing an idea, really, you know. So it's not. Ooh, nice suspension. I like that interior line. Okay. Um, yeah, I don't know. Just the melody just kind of keeps going. I don't know. It's fine. For some reason, I've got a fanfares for marching band in this folder as well, in my concert band folder. No idea why, but I'm opening this one. I really went for the Lydian sound there. I don't know. That was a good exploration into some. I've always liked the way that Percy Granger specifically has approached rewriting traditional tunes. Um, he didn't. He wasn't the best person, but yeah, I always liked the way. I always liked his rearrangements of traditional tunes and the interesting harmony. So I I've tried to venture into that a few times, and that's what you can kind of see in these pieces. I did a rip of Jacob Collier's Danny Boy, or at least I started working on it. That's really a transcription though, so um, what else did I try to do? Oh, well, there's my piece that I've done on here before called "Gone the Sun." Um, I don't want to mess with that too much because I've spent hours and hours on it on this channel, and you can go back and check that out. And also, that's the most recent concert band work I've done, even though I have learned more things since then. Um, it's not really a look too far back into things. Uh, let's see what else. I was part of a blues band for a bit in undergrad. I tried to write an intro tune for it. It just never. It's probably fine. I don't know. Let's check it out. Just kind of introduce the band members and that sort of thing. And it was a blues band, so it's a blues. Yeah, that ending chord. Yeah, definitely is an intro. But that's cool. That's how an intro is kind of supposed to be. So that works out. Now, of course, jazz band is where I've done a lot of writing. So let's see. I had this sorted. I started with this. So let's go where I broke off here. So I had started doing what that marching band piece was. I want to kind of pick up where I left off. Yeah, so really my next big project was this one. And I've done a lot of it on the channel as well. This arrangement of My One and Only Love. Um, so I won't go too far into that either, but also because I've worked on it, even though it says it's since 2014, I actually know that I've opened it up and worked on it on this computer as well. So I don't want to mess with that. It looks like I tried to do an arrangement of 4. You can see how far I got on that. Um, I tried to do a Bob Mincer inspired tune. Um, I don't know. No idea where this was going, but obviously just a melody written down. I mean, we can check that out. Oh, okay. I guess I don't know. I'll worry about it later. That doesn't have much to it, so I don't want to put a bunch of. I don't want to put time into it. Um, I don't know. Was this one something I put more energy into? This I wrote this hectic drum part for this. But I like it. Oh, okay. Well, looks like you don't get to hear it, but just like some of the others, there's really not much going on here. It's just sax and bass. So I did a modal tune. In fact, this is called Jazz Big Band. That should be in the jazz combo. Modal tune. Okay. Just going to go ahead and reassign the playback sounds at the top of every one of these. Okay. I don't like the melody. There's that theme though. I like the underpinning. Does this change anytime soon? I could develop that into something interesting. Mm. Well, I like the underpinning of that. That's one I'll have to keep in mind for one I'll have to keep in mind to put some energy into in the future because I think that could be something really kind of special. I'm actually going to save a copy of this onto uh, onto this laptop so I don't have to go. That's kind of the way I work is I'm able to it's on the desktop. There we go. Things I'm currently working on, I put them on the laptop so they're on it and quickly accessible. And then that's when I'm done with something, I'll move it over to the big computer so it'll be kind of stored away. Yeah, I could mess with this. This would be a fun one to update. So now I've got it there where all my current stuff is. I've got. They can't take that away from me. Obviously, I didn't finish this one. Not really a reason to delve into that. So what I'm learning so far, since this is kind of a review of all my stuff, um, I really like that theme, the ba-da-da, way more than I thought. Uh, I didn't realize that was such a pervasive thing in my just writing history. So that's cool. Um, this bass player named Stuart Coles. Shout out to him too. Um, I was gonna. I had started working on this tune called "Blues for Stu's Shoes," and that would have been pretty tight. That would have been a cool. I don't know. Out of the gate. What is this? One way to find out. Soloing at the front, I guess, at the top. See if it's gonna play. Okay. Uh, yeah, I think that what that comes from is some of these things. I'll be practicing my sax, and I'll just come across a lick or an idea that I like, and I want to just throw it down really quickly, and then I might, if I have in mind some kind of um, essential um, harmonic part or rhythmic like accompaniment, then I'll put that down as well. That must be what happened there. Uh, let's see, I did odd lang syne. Oh yeah, it looks like I did a lot of work on that. At some point I wanted to write that. Trying to see, I really want to, I don't think there's another one I quite finished. Ooh, here's another one I need to work on. This is a great tune by some friends of mine, musicians from down in Arkansas. And this is kind of like my next project. I think the only thing that's hanging me up is, um, I've been playing in a big band in undergrad and then grad school, and I know there are some, every now and then a bunch of people get together and make a big band at some conferences and stuff like that. And it is a great way for a bunch of musicians to get together and perform together, have some fun. But as far as like writing for that, I mean, you have to get like 18, 19 people together. You have to hope that the audience is more than that. Um, and then, it's really a lot of logistics and a lot of voices get doubled in other places. It's a great medium, but really not practical to take a big band around everywhere. So part of it is in my head, I haven't really decided, is that a is that going to stay a viable medium, you know? So I, I don't know, that's just in the back of my mind, like, are people going to keep writing for big bands? And I mean, the answer is yes. There are some big bands still, but I don't know. What did I do here? Oh, I had some charts I did for my graduate arranging class. Obviously, not that one. I had an idea to do that one. These I was gonna do. So this is like a Basie style chart. I did Sister Sadie. Came out just fine. So there's some soloing up front. Basie style all day. Piano solo, and then we'll get to the head. Oh, is it really loading up all these instruments? That'd be nice. Wow, this one's gonna sound pretty good. No idea why it's not swinging. Um, but whatever. Go to the B section of the tune. So yeah, just some hits. and the balance is really weird with that too. But I really like this saxoly. I was really happy with how I did on this one. Let me try to adjust this. What's going on with this balance? This is exactly when it might be a good time to just go back to the normal sounds, you know? This might be asking too much of a finale. It just sounds weird to me. You know what? That first alto is muted. No, I just can't hear it. It's very quiet. Whatever. But yeah, this Soli I think worked out great. Yeah, I'm gonna take that away. Yeah, little piano solo fill in that bar. And then basically gonna have somebody solo over the bridge here. Or actually, no, sorry, that goes back to that's to the top. Yeah, and then we get to the bridge and just got the and one and rhythm going on. Classic. Then big shout chorus. Let's see, let's get that going. Up a minor third. So another solo section. Yeah, just have the trombones repeat that line. That's cool. That's cool. Oh, it's call and response between the trumpets and bones. Nice. Okay. You know what? Could be making this easier for myself. All right. So after that little drum solo here, this is an old tip from some big band writers. Say like after a big solo, put a 4-bar drum break or something because people are going to be clapping here. And they're not going to hear what happens next. So either, if it goes back to something they've already heard before, that's fine too. But like some kind of break after a solo to be like, here's where you clap. Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. That's bassy. Ah. Drum solo, drum solo, drum solo. And then yeah, the lick from the melody. Yeah, I mean that's um basic basic thing. The only thing that I didn't really like. There's that really prominent that's cool. I dig that. This here. So what if I got in the melody here? I've got this F E D, but somewhere what's happening is that's the seventh, and I've just got a real prominent, yeah, B natural. I think I probably need a sharp 9 on this chord to sort of validate that flat 7. So why don't I make it a B flat when it's up in this range? And then this B flat here sounds weird. What's the bass doing? Walking down from, oh, it's going G, A flat, G. Um, should I put the A flat here then? B, do it up, have it do an enclosure. Oh, wrong. I hit the wrong button there, sorry. Or it would have played. Okay, what I'm getting here is that I have an A flat in the bass. So it's an A flat augmented chord because we've got this E natural in there, which is really fine because it's actually a C chord over A flat. You know, if it's since it's acting like a 5 chord. So E natural in there is fine. F sharp, okay. Um, yeah, F sharp, B flat. Oh, this is where that B natural is again. What if all of those cats went? No. So B flat makes sense because it's the seventh of C, which I'm kind of substituting for. C natural. E's in the melody, right? Yeah, E's in the melody. Something just isn't feeling right to me right there. Maybe it's just because no one's doing an echoing of this bass note. You know, nothing really goes parallel to that bass. So maybe putting an A flat would legitimize that better. Would it be easier to write that as a G sharp? Yeah, I think so. Make sure I copy it here. And then I would want it to be the same thing here, right? But it would read more easily as an A flat here since we're going down. Let's try that. Yeah, that really. That one. bass is not playing the A flat that time, is it? No. No, it's just walking. So that actually going from the point was to make this a flat 9. So do we want to leave it like that? Or sorry, a sharp 9. Want to leave it like that? Do I want to have them be A naturals this time? Yeah. And then look. There's that theme again. This is just like my trademark all day, I guess. That major third down to minor third. I'm just hitting that everywhere. So yeah, I'll save that little change. That's a neat thing. So you can see what kind of difference that makes, to have the seventh in the melody like that, but then have this tritone right below it. It sort of cuts at it a little bit, makes it feel uncomfortable, to me anyway. And I just like having the sharp 9 there sort of reassures that flat seventh, because it's that perfect fourth interval, perfect fifth. It's a perfect interval, and I feel like it just reinforces it better than the B natural does. There wasn't, there wasn't a whole lot of other stuff I heard, and I don't want to delve too far, so into each tune, I mean. So I think another one I did. I did "God Bless the Child" in the style of Thad Jones. That was another project for my graduate arranging. Let's check that out. Thad Jones is going to be kind of indicated by these upper structure triads in the didn't mean to do all that, in the higher part of the band, especially in trumpets here. So it's a separation of this crunchiness. Instead of having the same crunch throughout the whole band, it sort of does this weird thing where the bottom of the band feels very stable, and as it gets higher, the top half of the band sounds like it's another harmony sitting on top of that, moving around over this foundation. That's really interesting. This is that kind of Thad Jones style. Hopefully I did an okay job of that. See if this one swings, since the swing was messed up on the last one. Guitar and trombone. Then the rest of the trombones in, yeah. Band. There we go. So then big solo with some more melody hints in the backgrounds. There's my 4-bar drum break for applause. And then here's the shout chorus. Ah, nice. Yeah, strong blues influence there. Yeah, and we've got these notes on top here over this stuff underneath. Like, it's just crunchy, man. It's crunchy from top to bottom because of that sort of spread of the tonality where it pretty much changes to a different chord once you get into the between bass clef and treble clef. Like, it's two different sounds going on. It's just really cool. Um, yeah, that's really one of the latest things I've done besides the ballad. Um, the one that I have already streamed about a lot, My One and Only Love. This one's called Inspiration now. What was this one? This looks like it's complete. Can't remember this one. Let's give it a listen. This is interesting. It'll have to load up a bunch of Harmon stuff, but I don't think it's gonna play it correctly. That trombone sound. Ooh. I think the best thing to do for this is going to be to just play it without the human playback because it seems like it's not processing any of that. I hear that alto in there, but it is. It's muted. Oh my gosh, that's really annoying. I think because I had played along with this, and that's what it was doing. I really like, man, this chord. It just really shifts. I don't know. Yeah. There's something in the harmony there. Something interesting going on there. Did I finish this one? It seems like I didn't because that's a really just open space. Yeah, I didn't finish this one. Oh, okay. That's why there's some weird harmony in there. Okay, this one hasn't been like proofread or anything, so um yeah. I don't know. That's it. I just wanted to take this kind of journey through my arranging history. Um yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if there's a tune on there you're like, I first of all, if you like want the arrangement or want it finished, want to commission uh, something like that, let me know in the comments. And of course, if you want to see the My One and Only Love in full and for big band, and then the Gone the Sun for concert band, please just check out those. You can see them in my video history. I've done a bunch of videos about those through the whole process, and then finishing them, having them uh, playable. I just don't have performances of them out right now. So I guess that's what I should work on next, is getting performances of all of these so I can really look at how they sound. But that involves a lot of people, and um, people shouldn't be asked to do things for free. So I don't want to. I don't want to do that. Have 20 people show up just to like, I don't know, until I have the money to pay them for it. Oh, ooh, sorry. Yeah, it's been a little bit, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you all for watching, whether it's live or later, either one. I know I didn't announce this one, so I don't expect anyone to see it live. But let me know in the comments too if you'd like me to get better at that. If you'd like to be in on these, or if I should stream at a certain time every week. Maybe that'd be a good idea. Probably be a good idea. Anyway, thanks, and you'll hear from me next time. I know some people say I'll see you next time, but